There's always something that needs a little fixing on Farpoint Farms.
Hey guys, it's Eric, owner of Farpoint Farms here in the mountains of North Carolina. It is cold and we are expecting like close to 2 feet of snow tonight. I wanted to take a moment to make this video. If you've been following the channel and the other Farpoint Restorations and Repairs channel, you know that behind this door is a 74 Super Beetle. That was going to be my winter project, and it still is. In fact, we've been doing a lot of work on it. Parts have been arriving here, and I've been assessing exactly where to start. But something came up. Something awesome came up. A bucket list item showed up within 2 hours of the house, and well, let me show it to you. This showed up less than 2 hours from me. This is a 1972 Volkswagen bay window bus. It is a Westfalia camper edition, and although she looks a little rough on the outside, she's got it where it counts. Let me take you on a full tour of next year's project, and this is something I think they'll be working on simultaneously at times with the Beetle project, but this is something that I want to do right. It's going to take a while to do it. We're going to do a lot of work to it. We're going to refresh the outside, obviously. We're going to do some work on the inside just to make it a little more personalized, add some solar power to it to make it better for camping, and some other upgrades. And then, of course, the engine and suspension and everything underneath will be completely gone through. New brake lines, new hoses, new fuel lines, the works. But let me introduce you. I don't have a name for it. What would you call this fine-looking bus here? And I'll give you the tour. Let's go. Well, here we are. You can see on the front, it's a 72. It does not have the later 74 and up crash style bumper hidden behind it. It just has the regular push bumper, and it needs to be pulled out a little bit on this side, but overall this front end is not in bad shape. No filler that I can find so far, just one little dent right here. Obviously the headlights and turn signal lenses and everything, they're pretty well done for. It does have new window seals around the front and around the side windows and back, so somebody was doing a lot of work on it before I got my hands on it, but they decided to give up and pass it on, and I'm happy that they did. 4 tires plus the spare, all holding air, but all, you know, pretty well worn out past their due dates. And as you can see, it does have the pop top Westfalia. It's missing the tent, and I'll show you when we get on the inside. The inside is actually really, really nice on this thing, but it is missing the tent. Luckily, you can get these tents for very little money compared to what you would imagine something like that would cost. That has had some work done on it. You know, there was a part of me, a lot of this stuff here, that's just like mold or mildew that's stained on here. But you can see it's had some spray paint work, and it had some rust spots, and it needs paint. One of the few spots of rust on the vehicle is right there. There's a little spot, and you can get panels to fix that. So I'm not sure if I will cut that out and replace it, or if I will just Bondo it. You know, if you want to fully restore one of these babies, you can be in it for a whole lot of money. But if you just want to make a weekend driver, something you can take on trips, you know, I want to make it look pretty. I want to roll up to a campground in this thing, or a camping spot in this thing, and not have somebody think that I'm, you know, doing something illegal in it. So we'll make it look presentable for me and my wife here. Around the back, this has the later style Type 2 engine, or I guess it's Type 4 engine. And this is a 1.7 liter. As everything, it needs some work, but it actually has a lot of new parts. There's a new coil, new dual barrel MP carb for it, and you know, it's a little rough looking in here, but I'll probably take the engine out. It does have new engine seals and new bays, and firewall bay looks to have been replaced. So not the worst. The battery holds a charge, and the engine turns over and sputters a bit, but it definitely needs some help. I am considering, and perhaps you Volkswagen gurus out there, I have always had a soft spot for Type 1 engines. I know you can convert these back to a Type 1, and right off the bat, that's what's rolling through my mind. But I'd like to hear your opinion on that if you're into Volkswagens. This here, if I were going to tear this down and try to rebuild it, it's a lot of money in parts, and I'm not so sure that the extra 100 cc's is really worth it, when for about the same price I could buy a long block 1776 motor from a Type 1 and slap it in here and pretty much have the same setup. So I'm curious what your opinion is of that. But rear glass here is looking good. Let me go ahead and open this up, and you can see, I mean, she's in really nice shape back here. That's that original Volkswagen. The spare tire's out. I do have the cover for it, but you can see the paneling here looks good all the way around. These window seals have been replaced. The button here is the little handle broke off here, and that's pretty common for these. The little release button's stuck, so I won't be able to get into that, but you can see it has the, it's really hard to see maybe, but right there is the cot for the front. I mean, this thing came with everything. And inside, you know, look down in here. Not a lot of rust, very clean, so hasn't gotten a lot of moisture in this. Along this side, and sorry, it's kind of up against the building here, so it's a little hard to see the whole thing. I'll back up. This side looks good too. A little road rash or a little minor scrape at some point in its history along there. Looks like a tiny bit of Bondo there and just a little dent right there. Again, I'm probably just going to sand this thing down, maybe do some body filler on that side, and put it back together again. Rust-wise, nothing to really be concerned about. Now, the last time this thing was on the road was 3 years ago, so you can see that corrosion and muck built up on it, but those seals are actually in great condition. It does have the windows here that roll out this way on both sides with screens, so it should be nice and cool in the summertime. And then, of course, the driver's door, a little bit of surface rust on that. The guy that owned it before me was talking about leaving it, you know, cleaning it up, but leaving it like this for the patina look. I'm not a big fan of patina. So, well, maybe some, you know, where it's just a faded paint job, but this is more than faded, so we'll go ahead and replace it. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move that spare tire up here. I'll get one of those brackets and put it up front. Again, something that can be picked up relatively easily. Check it out. There once was a CB antenna here. And I promise you there will be again, because, you know, Farpoint. Inside, really, really nice, man. Like, super clean. It's missing one door card. All the rest are here. The floor mats are all nice and good shape. Up in here, and you can see there used to be a CB mounted there because there's the handle for it. You can see kind of the outline of where it was bolted in. There's a hole underneath the mat for the wires to be run. But check out this dash. Oh my gosh. Is that not old school? This steering wheel is about the size of a regular school bus's. And back out enough, I can't even think you can see the whole thing, but comparatively, right? It does have power brakes, but obviously no power steering. I do like the fact that it has power brakes. It's one of the things I don't like about Super Beetles and Beetles in general is they have brakes but not power. This also being a 72 does have disc brakes, but really nice. You can see down in the bottom there, clean. And passenger seat, no tears in it. A little stain right there, but nothing bad. Door panel's beautiful. But then take a look back here. This is where the money's at. Look at that. Nice couch. That is a Z bed. It folds out into a bed. This does have the Westphalia pop top. It does have the cot that lives up there that folds out and locks into place. So even though the tent is missing, the cot's still there, and all the accessories for it are there. Headliner's in great shape. It's that light wood color. Might sand that down lightly and re-stain it, but I'm not sure that it needs it. It's just kind of nice. Let me walk back here. You can see there's storage right here that you can access underneath. This is where we'll be putting our inverter and stuff down there. Squeeze back here. Not to excuse, I've been working out here. My battery buddy or heater buddy's here. This here pops up. There's the spare tire cover down there. That is where, if you want to, you can put a porta potty. And we'll probably do that for the wife. I think she'll want that. That'll probably make her happy. Even has the original table, which pops up, and you know you can have your dinner there. Like I said, this window opens up here, and that window opens up there. This is cool. We have our, I'll go ahead and pop it again. The little handles are all missing, but we have our little fridge freezer, which is just this is just an ice cooler on this one. So you plop a bag of ice on the top, it drains out through the bottom, and lots of room for storage. So pretty cool that it's got that. Oops, close this. This one here flips down. Storage, we're going to put a 2-burner stove that we can slide out. That'll fit into there. And then, let me get this out of the way. This right here flips over. That becomes a place to put your stove. And we have a sink with a water tank back right there. A little water pump. I'll have to replace the seals in this, of course, but it's all here, and it's all, I mean, in good shape. There's no damage. The Wood's held up really well, so that's really cool. I'll put this back up and we'll turn around and take a look here at the other storage. Now I'll open this door up and we'll get out of here. I don't know if you've ever seen inside of a Westfalia, but they're really well thought out pieces of engineering. So we have this right here, which is our little closet door. And you can see back there, we have places to hang stuff and just general storage area. But again, really clean, really nice. All right. Up there, more places to hide clothing or whatnot. And that right there is screens for this back window, so you can sleep with the whole tailgate up. And you'll see buttons that are, like tab buttons all the way around the front and rear windows. That's like privacy screens that you can add in there. And all that stuff was included. It's all with the camper. It's actually only a 2-owner. Lots of storage space below the Z-bed here. So that's really nice that it's got all that. And it's all in great shape. So this back here, just more storage. I can't open that one for you. That one's kind of stuck closed right now. I got to get something to stick in that little teeny hole there. But that's more storage, more shelving. And even more, if you look right here, I'll go around outside one more time and show you this from the outside. But this is a table that folds up so you can cook outside. And this is called the spice rack. These are pretty unusual to find these things in such nice shape, but this one survived all the time. And these little windows, I just crank open. Of course, on a day when it's about 17 outside, maybe not so much, but get your airflow in the summertime. And I'll go ahead and lift up the top here so you can see it. There's tabs you got to bust loose right there, right? And then you've got this grab handle right here. Just push up. And that locks into place. And that locks into place. But check it out. Tons of storage up here. And I want you to see, my hands are pretty much all the way up. This is a lot of space. So now I can stand in here even at 6'2" with the top up and the tent in place. Obviously there'd be a tent here. Lots of storage. You can take all your stuff you're camping with, throw it up here while you're at camp. So you can fold out the bed and free up space inside. And this is our fold out cot, which you can, I'm not going to fold it out because it'll cut down space. It comes out to about here. So one person could sleep up there. I like cots. I'm not sure though if I would use that or not. We might take that off. It's just 4 bolts holding it on. So we'll sit back down and you can kind of see, right? Well, I'll tell you what, an unexpected thing to get. We've been looking for one of these on and off for, I don't know, 8 or 9 years now. I have come across a few, but never the right one. This was the right one, and it was within the right distance, and it was for the right place. So this is going to be something that we go through and refresh and take trips in, put a reliable, and I say reliable as far as air-cooled goes, motor in it, make sure she's roadworthy, and we're going to take some trips in this thing. I've driven old cars across country, so this wouldn't be that much of a stretch to imagine doing that. So that's it. I figured I'd show it off. This is literally the first day that it's been here on the farm. The people I bought it from, super nice folks. I even brought the car up. So this is above the weight limit of what my car can tow. Even though I have a dolly here on site, I usually deal with rabbits and I deal with beetles. This thing with the Westfalia set up, fully loaded out, is well over the weight limit of my car. So had to have them pull it up, and they were kind enough to do that, and they did a great job. I guess that'll do it for today. Please, if you haven't already, like and subscribe to the other channel there, Farpoint Restorations and Repairs, because most of the restoration work that gets done will be on that channel. But I did want to show it off to all the fans of this channel to see some of the stuff I'm doing this winter. I know the content that I've been putting out has been a little bit sporadic because of stuff going on in life, but things have leveled out here since the new year. My wife has had surgery, so she's off her feet for a couple weeks now, but I'm getting back to normal anyway. So I hope you'll stick around. I hope you'll join me on both channels as we go through the process of fixing not one, but 2 vintage air-cooled Volkswagens here on Farpoint Farms and Farpoint Farms Restorations and Repairs. Take care.